Ba-ba-ba-ba. Aloha and welcome back, interdimensional, multi-dimensional, holographic, beautiful, life-creating, magic friends, wizards, extreme. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in to another one of our Waking Up with Wolf Inspirational Team meditations. My name is Wolf, aka Mystic Spider-Man, Skull Babylon, Wolf Shield, Brendan. Thank you so much for joining us here once again for another one of these amazing opportunities, these meditations that will change your life, that will shift your paradigms, that will help invoke and evoke the inner guardian to be able to help awaken the powers of the heart, to be able to help tap into our multidimensional abilities, to remember what it means to be human. Have I sold you yet? So, again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. For those of you on Facebook, for those of you on Instagram, give me 1 second here. I just gotta grab my other. Where's my thingamajig? Gotta grab my other monitor here. All right, so for those of you who are just joining in, as per usual, just taking a few moments here to be able to get ourselves ready, to be able to invite more people to be able to join in. So if you want to be able to just invite one person to be able to join in as we're doing this broadcast, please feel free to do that. And as we're here, you can begin just by beginning to bring awareness to your body. So add some gentle shoulder rolls. We're going to start massaging our body in a second. You can do some gentle stretches. Again, in the first couple moments, what we're doing is we're just getting ourselves ready. We're opening up the energy channels. We're just waking up with gratitude. And again, we call this broadcast, like, these are inspirational team meditations. If you're tuned in on anything but TikTok, like, we call these Waking Up with Wolf. Again, Wolf is my name. So this is this is a practice. This is a practice of waking up. And it's interesting because, like, the idea of waking up is literally a practice. It is something that must be done consistently, because when you're not practicing waking up, you tend to fall asleep. And that's that doesn't mean you're, like, doing anything wrong. It's just a way of kind of like how, like, the mind itself is like a muscle, and if you don't use it, it atrophies. So here we are, we're actively using our mind, we're waking up our mind, we're exercising our brain, we're exercising our heart, we're exercising our imagination. So again, as we get ready to invite more people to join in, as people get situated, just begin moving your body, adding some gentle shoulder rolls, do some gentle stretches, straighten up your spine, begin connecting with your breath. Just begin by just, like, really dropping into the space of gratitude and just be like, oh yes, another opportunity, another day, another opportunity for me to become my best self, for me to be able to level up within this game. So for those of you who are just joining in, stick around. I encourage you to stick around as best as you can. We do these broadcasts. They last about an hour, and then we hang out and do a little bit of Q&A afterwards. Give me 1 second. I'm just setting things up on my tablet here for the YouTube feed. So what we're going to do, as you're just getting yourself ready here, you're just stretching. I'm just going to join you in 1 second. We are going to do some body massage, and then we're going to do some EFT, some emotional frequency tapping, to be able to, like, call in some affirmations, to call in some energy. And then from there, we will do our laughter yoga meditation. And then from there, we will do a visualization meditation where we'll be flexing our imagination. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get into that. So stick around for that. It's going to be an important one. It's a really, really powerful one. We've done a variation of it before, but for those of you who may be new, this is going to be an important one. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just trying to go, tablet, go. Go. And then from there, we will go into our movement meditation, or we'll stand up, we'll dance like the elements. This is, again, about being able to activate, like, the energetic body, about being able to get the blood flowing first thing in the morning. And then from there, we will go into our chakra practice meditation. And if we time things correctly, we'll have enough time to, like, really kind of take our time with the chakra practice meditation. So again, at this point, for everybody here, thank you again so much for joining in. Yeah, my hair's not sweaty, it's just wet. So stop judging me. Comments in the chat, jeez. Getting peanuts thrown at me from the peanut gallery here because my hair looks weird. Well, welcome to the apocalypse. I'm sure your hair looks just as weird. All right, welcome again, everyone. I embrace it, right? Tune in every day as my hair gets slightly longer. It's honestly, for the people who've been tuning in for a month, that's basically what you've been watching. It's just like tuning in live as my hair gets longer. I like my hair. All right, so again, for those of you here, just begin by massaging your body. So massaging your body, this is something that, for a lot of us, we're just like, oh, we just, like, don't really think much about it. We're just like, what? You can massage your body? Like, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I thought you had to pay people to do that. Oh, you can, and you should. You should. So what we're doing right here, just massaging your body, even massaging the hands. Like, when was the last time you massaged the hands? So again, this is just a simple practice. This is a chance for us to just kind of be able to hang out. So we're just chatting. We're just like, hey, how's it going? Like, welcome to the unveiling. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Let's just chill out here, and we'll give ourselves a little bit of massage. And when you massage your hands, you're also massaging like the entire energetic system of your body. The idea of like reflexology, basically like the meridians all kind of like come into the hand. So when you massage the hand, you're like massaging the entire body. Now, I don't know like all the details, but like I literally know it's like, oh, like this part here is your kidney, that's your liver, like that's your like lower abdomen. Like, and I'm not saying it is, but again, you get the idea. So it's just kind of like, just give a nice deep massage there with your thumb and really kind of even just like dig in. Oh, really just kind of like feel that. And again, as you do that, you're just like opening up the energy channels. You're just releasing any tension in the fascia. You guys are doing great. Awesome. Again, really encouraging you just be able to just be able to like, again, if you're here for the meditation and you're going to feel like there's going to be a part of you that's just going to be like, whatever, I can do whatever. I got better things to do. Observe that thought within your ego, challenge it, and stick around. If you stick around for this meditation, you will level up. Like, I'm not just doing this broadcast just to like purely entertain you. We're doing this as an investment for ourselves, to water our plants and so that we can grow as a team. So stick around, give yourself this gift, especially if you're new. All right, so go ahead, just keep massaging the rest of your body, massaging your arms. And again, so for those of us who, you know, if you ever feel like days where you're just kind of like feeling kind of like heavy and you're just kind of like my motivation isn't there, you know, just kind of even like a sadness, kind of like a grayness and everything like that. Like, that's a very human thing. A lot of people don't know is that like that is actually something that can actually be like helped by physically massaging the body. Because a lot of times that is like actually like stagnant energy that basically gets like stuck in the body. It gets physically stuck in the muscles. So when we're massaging our muscles, what we're doing is we're actually helping release that energy from the fascia. So the fascia is kind of like the layer like related to the muscles. So right now we're giving ourselves a deep tissue massage, and honestly, like, go deep. Like, if you feel like you want to just kind of do it softly, that's fine. But if you feel you're just like, okay, I'm gonna like give myself a deep tissue massage, go deep. And even massaging yourself right now, like in places where like you wouldn't normally massage. So for example, like try massaging like kind of like right here, like kind of like just below the underarm, kind of like on the side of the chest, and even like go into the underarm. Because you're going to find like a part there where like you're going to feel it and you're going to be like, oh, that hurts. Like, oh, that's like so tender. Like, oh, I've like never touched myself there. Like, that is, again, like that is basically probably where you're like holding like an extreme amount of just kind of like tense energy. This energy is kind of like locked up. So even just take a moment to find those parts of your body where like you've probably never massaged before, and then just give that a little bit of a massage. And believe me, it's probably going to hurt the first time, but like if you do it again, you'll eventually feel that it's just going to start loosening up. And again, this is just going to help kind of like help the energy move. Again, like our job, like we are custodians of our body. We are guardians of our body. And when we go through this reality, what happens is basically we're like moving through space and time, and we're accumulating like gunk. We are like a radar dish. And as we move through this reality, we get like mud on our radar dish. So what we have to like wake up each morning and like sweep the mud off. So this is like basically what we are doing here right now. And then when we can do that, we can get like a more clear signal. So again, keep massaging your body. If you do have any like massage tools, this is like a little massage crystal that I use. These are great. Again, like I'm not selling you on this. I have like a few of these. I used to make more of them. But again, some sort of massage tool is incredibly useful, or just like something that you can do, like even like a rock, like honestly, like a smooth rock can work as like a massage tool. So just be able to add a little bit more. Oh, this is a good spot here. This spot right here, like this spot right in your shoulders. So there's like two chakras there. A lot of people don't know about them. They're called the pulmonary chakras. I'll talk more about them later. But again, these relate to like the connection with our ancestors. So it's very, very powerful energy. But honestly, if you massage there, and if you're just like, holy cow, like that's so tender, like that's basically your body saying like, oh yeah, like go ahead, like massage there more, like, because that's where you're super tense. So again, massaging all the way down to the body, eventually massaging down to the legs. kind of like really dig in there. Again, when I use these, it's like drawing on my body with a marker. And it's like a crystal too, right? So it's like bonus points, and you can like draw on it, kind of like it's almost like soap in a way. You're kind of like scrubbing your body with soap. So again, just doing this first thing in the morning like will change your day. Again, it kind of invites you into the mindset, into the ceremony, into the intention. And again, it helps just kind of like release the energetics, like release like the blockages and the energetics. It really just kind of like helps you tap into more of your awareness with your energy body. So again, moving all the way down to the feet, massaging the feet here. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining in. For those of you on all platforms, we've got probably about like 30 people joining us right now, which is great, right? This is like a classroom of people, right? So, and to the hundreds of people who are watching this afterwards as well, thank you for joining us too. So again, just massaging the foot, massaging the foot. Again, massaging the foot is so important. Like, if you massage your foot, like, again, if you don't do this normally, you're probably like, oh, like, oh, oh, oh. I like the idea of just like, like me massaging my foot, and then people tune in and they don't understand like what they're watching, and all they see is just me going, oh, 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 oh. Like, exactly, right? Like, people literally tuning in as I was demonstrating that. So again, go ahead, massage your feet. Similar with the hands. Again, the hands, like the meridians all come into the hands. The same with the feet. If you look up reflexology, it's basically this idea that when you massage the feet, you're like massaging like the organs of the entire body. So go ahead, massage the feet there. Now as you do this, even just straightening up your spine, bringing awareness to your posture, breathing here. Join me in just bringing awareness to your breath. Deep, gentle inhales. Nice, gentle exhales. Giving your nervous system permission to relax. You're going to get really good at being aware of how to use your breath. Like, your breath is like a way to change your body physiologically. Like, when you get good at controlling your breath, you get good at changing like the energetic system, the vibration, like call it what you want, like the emotional state, the physiological state of your body through breath. Like, breath is like your controller. Breath is like the way how you like control this avatar. It's like a button within the video game that you press, where it's just like, oh man, I'm like feeling stressed. Be like, okay, activate meditation mode. Beep, boop, beep. Like up, down, left, right, B. And then it's just like activate breath awareness. Chill, breathe, slow down. Now you can think clearer. Now you can be more present. Awesome. Yay. We've co-regulated. Hooray. So again, I'm just massaging my other foot here, and then we're going to work our way up to our face. Co-regulation, for those of you who aren't familiar with that term, co-regulation is basically this idea. It's a very, very powerful concept. And again, we're just chit-chatting here as we're just massaging your feet. So keep massaging. Again, for those of you who are brand new, again, like this is like a beginner class, but it's also for experts as well. So like every day we have new people tuning in. So that's why we do this. Like, I'm not doing this because I'm doing it for like the subscribers. Like, we're doing this because we're changing the world. Because I want to help you. I want to help teach as many people about how to become able to like become more aware of their energetic body, their mental body, their physical body, how to treat their body, how to level up. Like, that's why I'm doing this. Because, like, this is about changing the world. Like, that's why I'm here. So, we're doing this by supporting each other. So, we're changing the world together. So, again, keep massaging the feet. Beautiful. Working your way up. So, what I was going to say, the idea of co-regulation, massaging a little bit in your upper shoulders. Oh, man. See, like, even there, like, I feel that. Like, I feel like, it still gets tender for me there, too. Massaging your neck. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, NZ Weather. NZ Weather says, you are helping and love what you do. So enlightening. Awesome, thank you. And again, enlightening is like a stage, right? Like, we should like be experiencing enlightenment every day. Like, every morning. Let's start our morning with experiencing enlightenment. Enlightenment is a state that you kind of like drop into, but then equally so, we kind of like, we kind of fall out of it. So then we kind of have to like learn how to bring ourselves back to enlightenment. Actually, I'll tell you another little thing in a bit about this full moon. This full moon is actually a very special full moon. And we have, there's like 3 things I have to tell you. So we'll just massage your face here. What I was going to say, co-regulation. I used that phrase earlier. A lot of you are just like, oh, I haven't really heard that term. What does that mean? Tell us, Brendan. Tell us, Coach Brendan. What does co-regulation mean? Ho ho! Anyways, it's like a mix between like kind of like almost like Piglet and Mickey Mouse or something like that. Anyways, What I was saying here, so again, just massage your face, and a lot of you probably have not massaged your face in a while. So again, for those of you who are just joining in, we're getting into like the meditation part. This is all meditation, but we're just starting by massaging your face. So just massage your face. Oh, if you've never done this before, like really just kind of play with it. Get experimental. Just kind of like find those edges, find those points where you're just holding tension, feel it in your jaw. Just be like, oh yeah, that feels good. So the idea of co-regulation, very simply put, is the idea that if you when you are next to someone who is in a specific state, your body will naturally match that state. So it's like a vibration next to something else, and that something else will match that vibration. For example, if you take a tuning fork and you strike it and then you hold another tuning fork, the vibration from one will affect the other, and then both of them will start oscillating at the same frequency. Like this is kind of like something that can happen within our bodies as we're just massaging ourselves here. Massage your earlobes too. If you haven't done that, have you massaged your earlobes earlobes this month, today, ever? Have you massaged your ears yet? Massage your ears. Your ears are cute. They deserve to be massaged. Look at the little ears when they stick out to the side. Aren't they cute? So again, the idea of co-regulation is basically this idea that if you're like having a bad day and then you come home and then, you know, like there's like someone who you hang out with and they're nice and calm and they're like relaxed, and then basically they're like, here, like come sit down next to me, let's chill out. And then you're like coming home from maybe like a stressful day, but then you sit down with them and their relaxation helps you relax. So that's where kind of like with what we're doing here with meditation is that by like me helping hold the space for like mindfulness and intention and leveling up as superheroes and coming together as a team, it naturally helps you allow yourself to kind of like join me in this state. So that's kind of like what it is that we're doing. So like by me kind of just like leading us through meditation, it will naturally help you just kind of like be in that space of meditation. Again, just massaging the head. Give your head a little scritch, a little scratch, a bit of both. So again, I'm super honored to be able to do this. I've been teaching meditation for over 1,000 years. For those of you who may be new to this, over 1,000, 10,000, a million, kajabadillion. That's not a number. Infinity and beyond. So massaging your head here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you everyone for the supportive comments in the chat. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So again, just massaging your face here. Oh, all right. Good, good, good. Okay, we're going to do some EFT tapping in a second. So EFT tapping. This is when we do tapping on our face. And when we do this, this is again kind of like activating the energetic field. When we do the tapping, this is a great time to be able to speak words of affirmation, speak words of empowerment, speak words of encouragement. So when we do this, we're basically like using the power of our words, using the power of of intention to be able to call this energy into our field. So now is a great time to be able to reflect. What is like the energy that you want to call in today? And even just kind of like energy in general, ideas in general. So as we're tapping here, what you're going to do is you're going to say things like, I am balanced. I am calm. I am powerful. I am inspired. I am a wizard. I am a psychedelic superhero. I am a valuable member of the team. I am a part of a bigger story that is unfolding before me. I am a shifter. I am a light guardian. I am a modern day gray Jedi. I am a creator within this holographic matrix. I am a dreamer awakening within the dream. So keep tapping around your face, and you can even tap on your chest. You can even tap between your fingers. You can even kind of like tap like in even other parts of your body as well. So keep just kind of keep doing that. As we're doing that, we're just kind of like activating the meridians. Like this is a hack. Like this is a hack. Like believe me, people are just like, it's like, oh, it's so simple. It can't be real. But it's like, no, believe me. Like this is like ancient stuff. So keep doing this. Keep speaking words of affirmation. I am inspired. I am kindness. I am courage. I am compassionate. I am consistent. I am resilient. I am persevering. I am flexible. Ooh, that's like one of the most important things. Flexibility. One of our most important abilities as humans is our flex ability. So just do this for a little bit more and just speak your own words of affirmation. I'm going to stop talking. Just kind of like let your heart just kind of like don't think about it. Like it'll just kind of come through. So do this for a little bit more. Speak your own words. Speak them out loud if you choose. Beautiful. All right. I am love. I am kindness. I am a student. I am a teacher. I am a citizen of the cosmos. I am awakening within the dream. I am becoming who I am here to be. Beautiful. Finish it off here. Just kind of shake your fingers. Shake it up a bit. You can do that. Like, that's... I'm not just being silly. Like, that's actually a part of the practice. We do that a little bit later. Again, that's what shaking the energetic energy out. Believe me, if it looks weird, there's probably some sort of, like, ancient secret to it. So, anyways, what we're going to do, we're going to... well, you guys, you tell me, for everyone here, drop a 333 if we want to do our laughter meditation now or do it later. So, if you want to do the laughter meditation now, drop a 333. Do you guys want to laugh? Do you want to feel what it's like to experience laughter in this moment, purely evoked from the 0 point of reality? If you do, drop a 333 in the chat. So what I was going to say, first of all, this Thursday is a very, 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 very special full moon. And because it's a very special full moon, I'm actually hosting a very special broadcast this Thursday for the community. It's going to be a full moon party. So it's going to be a full moon Synergy Circle party. Synergy Circle is what we call our regular team broadcast. Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel. So for everybody here, I would love to see you there. And again, you can join in the YouTube chat, and what you can also do is you can also, what we're going to do is we're going to have some of our leading members on. Leading members are the people who support on our Patreon. So if you're interested in like joining on air, then definitely be sure to check out the Patreon, because then you can join like future broadcasts, plus you have access to our private team chat, access to me as a conscious media creation code, discount for the shop. Patreon's awesome. So thank you to our Patreon supporters. But again, for everybody here, you can watch on YouTube, and we're going to have like a dance party. It's going to be like poetry, song, music, meditation, and dance. Ecstatic dance. So that's going to be really, really exciting. So again, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, full moon party. Join me there. All right. Okay, cool. Beautiful. So this full moon, I'm just talking to you real quick, and then we're going to do our laughter meditation, because everyone's like, yes, laughter meditation time. This full moon is actually a very, very powerful full moon. Does anybody know why it's a very, very special full moon? So this full moon, it's known as the pink full moon. In particular, this full moon is actually the full moon, from my understanding, under which the Buddha was born, became enlightened, and died. If I'm not mistaken, like I've read this on the internet. So, but again, so the Buddha was born under this full moon, enlightened under this full moon, and died under this full moon. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. So this sounds like a great full moon for us to just kind of like practice kind of like tapping into our own like inner Buddha, our own inner enlightenment. So again, just kind of answering the question in the chat. For those of you who aren't familiar, Patreon, find the link for that through my profile. Patreon is like where people can support with monthly contributions. So it's a great way to just be able to say like, fuck yes to the universe. Like when you support on Patreon, you're not just supporting me. It's a way for you to invest in yourself as well. And it's a way for you to invest in the community. So again, you can sign up for a few dollars, sign up at $11 to become a leading member. You can sign up for more, get more perks, more discounts. Again, thank you to our Patreon supporters. And if you have any questions, just feel free to send me a DM, link through my profile. All right. Okay. Let's move into our laughter practice meditation, and then we're going to move into our mindfulness practice meditation. For our mindfulness practice meditation, stick around. We're going to do a little bit of time travel. Time travel, yeah. Okay, laughter practice meditation. Thank you for the comments. I'm seeing them, but there's like more people today, so I'm not always able to read all of them. But again, we've got like we've got about like 30 people, over almost 40 people tuned in right now. The other thing I will mention, if you enjoy these broadcasts, join in again Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday's like our extra special day. Please join in Friday. That's like when we like bring together the entire collective of the team and send intention out into the grid. We're doing this every day. But again, Friday's very special. Please invite one friend to like connect to my profile and tell them about the meditations that we do. So grab a drink of water if you need it. We're going to do our laughter practice meditation. All right. Laughter practice meditation. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on an inhale and exhale. And then what we're going to do, we're going to focus on an inhale again. And then we're just going to focus on the exhale. So it's going to sound like this. It's going to go inhale. And then it's going to go ha, 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 ha. And then from there, that noise, that breath work, it's a breath work, is going to turn into a laughter. It's going to go ha, 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 ha. And this was like actually something that I was inspired to do when I saw Alan Watts do it. So Alan Watts used to do this. He's like, let me show you how to laugh. Like, okay, follow my lead. Like, I can't do my Alan Watts impersonation right now. I gotta work on that actually. So the laughter practice meditation, this is about being able to connect with the inner joy within our heart, and then to be able to allow it to shine, and then to be able to ride it like a wave. So this is going to be a new experience for some of you. Like, some of you have never done this in all your years as a human being. This time, you have never done this. But what you're going to do is, again, you're going to experience this idea of connecting with a sense of laughter purely out of like inner joy, purely out of like inner just like connection and spirit. So again, allow this to be a practice of meditation. Allow yourself to be present in the moment. When you are laughing in this moment, you are present. So all right, yeah, you guys can do a whisper laugh. If you have to be quiet, you can be like, hey, hey, hey. You honestly even just do a silent laugh. Like, you can still breathe. Like, a silent laugh would be like you can still do that. You can still do a silent laugh. Okay. Or you can do like a regular laugh and then it turns silent. That's the best. When it's like you're laughing so hard that it's not even a noise anymore. Okay, follow my lead for everybody here. You guys are doing awesome. Your energy like helps like add momentum to everyone doing this. So imagine all of us laughing together. Okay, you can like visualize this in like a room right now. Okay, follow my lead. Straighten up your spine. Take a few gentle breaths here. Deep, gentle inhale. Nice soft exhale. You're going to do another one of those. Bring yourself into the present moment. Inhale. Nice soft exhale again. Beautiful. Follow my lead. Deep inhale. Focus on the exhale. Ha, 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 ha. Let it build. Ha, 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 ha. Ride this wave. 10 more seconds. Feel the abs. Think of like something funny, like Buddha on a motorcycle or something like that. I don't know. Deal with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe and relax. Move into that place of stillness. Keep your smiles up. Your smileasana. That's when you take the corners of your mouth and you lift them towards your ears. Go ahead. Keep your smile up. We're going to do one more of that. Just got to blow my nose. Laugh so hard I have to blow my nose. Excuse me. Alright. Let's do one more of that. Okay, we'll do one more of that, and then afterwards you can tell me if this worked for you in the comments. So again, like, seriously, like, when you're doing this, I want to remind you that, like, I encourage you to do this on your own sometime. Like, do it on your own. Like, just do it later today. Like, believe me, when you do this later today, again, it starts with the breath work, and then it continues into this momentum that you're building. So this is, like, one of your superpowers. This is connecting to the power of the heart. The people who have been joined in and doing this for a while, like, you're just like, whoa, this is, like, some real stuff, right? And you could teach this to someone else. So follow my lead. Co-regulate in this space of laughter and of joy. Let's be in this vibration together. Deep, gentle inhale together. Straighten up your spine. Nice soft exhale. Deep inhale together. Focus on the exhale again. We'll do one more time. Big exhale. Okay, now we'll move into it. Deep inhale. Just the exhale. Focus on the exhale. Ha, 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 ha. Let it build. 10 seconds. Hold it if you can. Think of something silly. What did I say last time? Think of a banana slipping on a human. What? That doesn't make sense. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe, relax. You may feel like you're just like I can't stop. This is my face for the rest of the day. This just happens. It's stuck like that now. So feel your cheeks. Your cheeks are probably just like, ooh, like you're probably feeling in your cheeks like you got like a little bit of like a workout right now. So if take a moment here before you leave any comments in the chat, just breathe here. Just breathe. Just take a moment to breathe. Deep breath. You may notice your lungs may feel bigger now. Beautiful. Just feel what that feels like. Awesome. If that worked for you, drop a 777 in the chat. Especially if you're new. Like if you're new here, like I again, your feedback is super inspiring for the rest of the team as well. I like TikTok comment, my dogs are freaked out. Awesome. NZ Weather, yes, it's great. Thank you. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Awesome. Oh, I think you're replying someone else. Awesome. For those of you who are here for the first time, like, yeah, like welcome to the team. Our like laughter tribe. Awesome. Like seriously, like that's like one of the most important things we can do right now. Like again, like that's why like yo, like what would happen if we just had like 1,000 people tuned in each day, like laughing together. Crazy, right? But like that's what can literally change the world, because again, we're not just laughing, we're like tapping into like this vibration within our heart, this vibration of like joy and gratitude. It's hard, like if you notice, laughter is a great way to bring yourself into the present moment. So if you like find that you're just like kind of like, you know, like when you're in laughter, like you are in laughter, like you are in that vibration. You're not like really thinking about the past and the future. You're just like, oh my God, like this is a wave coming through. It's very psychedelic actually. So awesome. All right. So again, the meditations that we do here, for those of you who are new, welcome again. We're not just like doing meditations here. We're building a team. We're building a team of shifters. Shifters are people who are intentionally helping assist with the shift in consciousness through acts of creativity, compassion, and self-development. So if you're here to be able to just like help change the world, then like you are a shifter. So welcome to the team. And you can use that term for yourself. Like you can think of yourself and be like, yeah, that's what I am. I'm a shifter. Like, yeah, that's cool. We also use the term light guardian. Light guardian, it's like the same thing. Like shifter is kind of the modernized term. Light guardian is like the archetype that has existed through eons. So again, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we always do these meditations, Monday to Friday. And then our special full moon party, for those of you who just joined in, we have a special full moon party broadcast Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link for that's through my YouTube, so make sure you're connected to my YouTube. For those of you on TikTok, you can find the YouTube in like my profile. And you can also connect to my Instagram, and through my profile link, you can find links for lots of past meditations, our Patreon, and our team chat. If you want to join our team chat, absolutely, please feel free. And if you want to join our Patreon, you can get access to the rest of the team chat, join on air, discounts for the shop, access to me as a conscious media creation coach, lots of cool stuff. All right, okay, cool. Thank you again for those of you who are joining in for the first time, for the second time. All right, so with that said, we're going to drop into a meditation practice. We'll see. Oh, man. Time, man. I have to get better at bending it. We're like a little bit later into the broadcast than I planned. But I still want to be able to do this meditation practice. And then from there, we'll... I'm just trying to think. How much time do we have? Yeah, we'll just do this one. And then if we end up cutting the other stuff short, that's okay. Okay. So, what we're going to do for this next part of the meditation, we're going to go on a bit of a journey. We're going to practice flexing our imagination. This is incredibly valuable, incredibly important. So again, I appreciate everybody being here, joining in, making this a part of your experience. What we're going to do, I'm going to take you through a journey where we are going to go to a beach. A beach. Want to go to the beach? We're going to go to the beach. But this is a very special beach, because as we are on this beach, we are going to be able to pay attention to the sensations with as much detail as possible. You're going to feel the sand underneath your feet. You're going to hear the water. You're going to hear the birds. You're going to feel the sun. You're going to like feel the water. You're probably already feeling it right now. You're like, oh, I'm already there. What we're going to do during this is that we are actually going to go hang out with a younger version of ourselves. A younger version of ourselves. Like whatever, you know, like between the age of 1 and 10. Whatever age. You get to choose. This is your custom experience. And that younger version of ourselves, I'm basically explaining it to you so that way we can kind of go right through it, is going to be building a sandcastle. And what we're going to do, we're going to walk up to that younger person of ourselves and we're going to hang out with them for a bit and we're going to speak to them and they're going to speak to us. And it's going to be in a very heart-centered place and we're going to share words of compassion and inspiration. We're going to conclude with some form of like gratitude, a hug. Then from there, we're generally going to bring ourselves back. So we're going to do like a little bit of time travel and a little bit of like healing through the past. And again, do this in a way that you are most comfortable with. Like this isn't going to be one where it's like going to be like sort of like we're going into the shadows, but at the same time, do this in a way where like you're being kind of like a mentor for your younger self. So I want you to kind of like feel how you can kind of carve this experience in a way that will feel like very nurturing for you. So again, we're not just like saying like, okay, like let's like go into the shadow work. We don't have to do this. You can kind of like guide this in your own way, but at the very least, I encourage you to do this in a way where it's like, if you had the chance to like speak words of inspiration to your younger self, what would that be? And at the same time, like honor the fact that if there's a part of you where you feel like this may bring up some emotions, where you feel like this may kind of like bring up even just like sensations, you may cry during this. We're not going to go super deep. Like it's not going to be a long meditation. But again, it's your choice. Even if your choice is to even just kind of like step away from the broadcast and come back in 15 minutes, that's okay. I honor that. So again, inviting you to just be able to do this in a way where you're just kind of like showing up as a mentor for your younger self, and your younger self may have a message for you as well. And so again, this is kind of like folding time in on itself. And this can be, the intention for this is both like inspiration, a bit of healing, nurturing, compassion, and kind of connecting with the magic of like that inner child within our heart. So again, inviting you to kind of like make this something that it will just kind of be like very nurturing and very soft for yourself. Not telling you that you have to like go deep into it in a way that might feel kind of like a little too much for you. So with that said, for those of you choosing to do this meditation, we'll begin simply by straightening up our spine and closing our eyes. So as we close our eyes here, simply by listening to my voice, just allowing yourself to be present in this moment. Gently connecting with the breath, gentle inhales and gentle exhales. Gentle inhales and gentle exhales. Giving your body, giving your nervous system permission to relax. Breathing here. Just allowing yourself to be in the love of this moment. In the peace of this moment. Straighten up your spine just a little bit. Relax your face. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax your shoulders. We're gently just going to scan our body, just calibrate it, and just kind of like guard it, protect it in this white light, activated. So imagine in this moment a white light at the center of your chest. This is a sacred flame, a sacred light. Visualize this white light moving through your body. And wherever it moves to, it allows that part of the body to gently relax. You can bring in this moment any sort of what you feel you may need, any sort of like additional, just kind of something that will help you feel safe and secure. So if you want to like call in any sort of like additional guides or ancestors, you have that choice. But to simplify it, just visualizing this white light just kind of moving through your body, feeling it move through your shoulders, down your arms, all the way to your fingers. And as it does, just allowing the part of your body to relax. Feeling this energy move down your torso, down your spine, all the way down past your hips, your knees, all the way down to your feet. Feeling this energy moving up through the back of your neck, to your face, to the top of your head. And just visualizing this like field Imagine yourself in like this egg of white light. You're in this very like safe and special protective egg. Any energies that you work with in this moment are here to serve you. So as you breathe here in this moment, just feeling your body just relaxed, activated, aware. And in this moment, gently we'll begin by visualizing ourselves within the nexus of our imagination. So I want you to kind of imagine yourself kind of like in a place between places. Imagine yourself kind of standing on like a circular pedestal, and before you is a portal. And this portal is what will lead you to the beach. But before we go through that portal, just take a moment here, because this place, this nexus point for your imagination, you'll be able to return here at your own free will during other times. From this space, it's kind of like you're like standing within like in space. You're kind of like in like this like very magical place. And from here, you can access other portals to other locations at other times. This is a very simple idea, but a very powerful one for your storytelling. So you can kind of take a moment here to just kind of look around. You can probably kind of see the landscape or the stars. It's kind of like this like place, again, almost between dimensions. It's a very welcoming, a very homely place. And so before you, you see the portal that will lead you to the beach. As you choose to, at your own free will, gently take that step through that portal and enter into the space of this beach. And so as you do this, you instantly step through and imagine yourself barefoot, and the first thing that you feel is the warm sand on your feet, the warm sand beneath your toes. And you begin walking towards the water. And as you do this, just bring as much awareness to your sensations as possible. Feeling the sun, and maybe the sun is almost kind of like getting closer to setting, so the sky is extra beautiful. You see the clouds, you see the colors. The clouds are alive, the sky is alive. Continue to walk down towards the water. And as you do, you see any birds flying around. You feel the warmth of the air on your skin. You hear the rolling waves. And the waves remind you of your own breath. As the waves roll in, they meet the shore and gently roll out. Just as your inhale meets the shore of your exhale and gently rolls out, only to roll back again. Look towards the water and see the glistening sun on the water. Slowly begin walking closer to the edge of the water, and you feel the texture of the water begin to change. The texture of the sand as the water now is covering the sand, so it's more of like the watery, muddy sand. And the tide is rolling in, and feel the exact moment as you squish your toes into this wet sand, and you feel the exact moment when the cool, fresh water rolls over the top of your feet. What does that feel like? And as it does, gently just sending a tingling sensation up your spine, just breathing a little bit deeper here. And so as you do this, this is part of your practice where you're literally just flexing your imagination. How real does this feel right now? How present are you within this space, within this world, within your heart? So as you stand here for a moment, breathe as you feel the water rolling up on your legs. And then you look to your left or your right, whatever you naturally feel called to. And you see off in the distance a younger version of yourself making a sandcastle in the sand. And this younger version of yourself can be whatever age. Like, it could literally even just be you like 5 years ago. This is totally customizable for you. You can imagine yourself kind of between the ages of like 1 and 10, or even somewhere where you're like a little bit older. Think of yourself in a moment where you can kind of show up for yourself as a bit of a mentor, just to be able to hang out with yourself. And this doesn't need to be anything like super, super deep. This can literally just be a moment where you just kind of like sit with yourself, and maybe there's no words even spoken. And so as you walk over to yourself, creating sandcastles, or even just kind of playing in the sand, even not even sandcastles, just like making structures and drawing in the sand, maybe drawing, what is yourself drawing in the sand? Is it drawing maybe like spiral shapes? Is it drawing happy faces? And so as you walk over to yourself in this moment, the younger version of yourself looks up at you and makes eye contact with you. And without any words spoken, the younger version of yourself welcomes you to just kind of sit down and join in and allow yourself to just be present in this moment. And just kind of here with yourself. And you can join in just kind of playing in the sand. Feel as you sit down on the sand. Feel the sand with your hands. Hold the sand in your palms. Feel the sand running through your fingers. How much detail can you bring into this moment? And so as you are with yourself here, allow this to be whatever it needs to be with you. I'm going to stop talking for the next little bit. And as you are in this space, I want you to listen to your heart as you have a conversation with yourself. And as you do this, understand in a very deep way, like what I'm about to say is actually like very deeply profound, that this moment of you spending time with yourself and looking out for yourself has always existed. You have been there for yourself in a non-linear sense, always. You are your own guardian. You are your own spirit guide, however you want to phrase it. And equally so, the younger version of you has been there for the older version of you, has been there within your heart. And so this younger version of you, allow it to speak to you if you choose, and allow yourself to speak to it. Allow a conversation to just naturally kind of create itself within your mind. Allow yourself to simply be in this place of gratitude, seeing each other as equals. Allow yourself to simply be in this present moment where you're just enjoying each other's company. Very simple. And so as you breathe here, just be in this moment. Allow this moment to fill your heart, to nurture your spirit, to remind you of this sacred connection between you and yourself. So breathe here. Allow your imagination to tell the story. I'm going to stop talking, and you'll just continue here in this space for the next little bit, and then we'll slowly come back. Go ahead. continue breathing here. Take these next few moments to communicate words of gratitude to yourself in this moment. Words of encouragement, words of support, whatever that means to you. Now, before we conclude this meeting, knowing that you can return here on your own at any time, what I want you to do is I want you to ask your younger self a very important question, acknowledging that your younger self is actually very, very wise. Both of you are ancient, eternal soul. I want you to ask your younger self, ask them the question, what does the world need right now? What does the world need? Ask them that question. And I want you to pay attention to what they say, to what your heart says. Ask them now. So whatever they said, I want you to remember that. Carry that with you. That's going to be a gift. You're going to come out of this meditation and you're going to carry that with you. You're going to bring it back. Concluding this meditation, again, this is just a quick visit. Gently conclude this meeting in a way of gratitude. You can even just kind of, if you wish, imagine yourself just kind of giving yourself a hug or a high five. Some sort of funky handshake even. Do a little dance if you want. Woohoo. And really just taking a moment here. Just say thank you. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And in the same way, they thank you too. And they express words to you. And they're like, you got this. I believe in you. We're doing this. Go team. Yeah. Changing the world. Yeah. And so in this moment, we'll conclude this part of the meditation, and you can conclude this simply by allowing yourself to continue to be here on the beach. You can allow this scene to kind of exist, continue to exist within your heart. And so even just imagine you and your younger self kind of looking out onto the waters right now, both in meditation. And you see the sun setting. And you just feel this immense wave of peace and calmness and love and magic within your heart. Something has slightly changed now simply by doing this meditation. Nurtured a seed that you forgot about. Awakened something that was always there. Feeling a little bit more alive, a little bit more magical, a little bit more connected, a little bit more inspired. As you look out towards the sunset, we'll gently begin to bring awareness back to our physical body. Taking it in this moment, reminding yourself that you can return to it at your own free will at any time. Slowly breathing here. Gently, we'll begin to bring awareness back to our physical body by wiggling our toes, wiggling our fingers. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and return your awareness to the space around you. Awesome. Beautiful. And just slowly allow yourself to come back. Awesome. Good job, everyone. So there we go. It's a nice little practice. Nice little vacation there. Could do that more often, right? We start every day with that. So beautiful. Aw. Thank you and go ahead. Please feel free to leave your comments. We'll do a quick version of the chakra practice meditation in 1 minute, and we're not. The time kind of bled over today. Normally we do like a standing exercise and we shake our sillies out. So we can just you can shake your sillies out. Do that real quick. as if you're like kind of like doing it with like your younger self. Be like, we normally do that, but we didn't do that today just because we ran out of time. So again, if you kind of want to like do that even afterwards, if you feel like even afterwards you're like, oh, maybe that was a little bit heavy for me, go ahead, do the whole like breathe, exhale, go and shake your stagnant energy out. So yeah, so good job everyone. Again, you know, like it's gonna be a different meditation for everyone who does it, and really just kind of like honor what it is to be for you, and acknowledging that for some of you, like it would have taken bravery, and I acknowledge the bravery for you to, you know, go back and spend time with your younger self there. So if anybody wants to share real quick, then we'll do just like a quick round of our chakra practice meditation. When you asked the younger version of you, what does the world need right now? What did they say? Go ahead and leave a comment for that in the chat. If you choose, you don't have to. I'd be curious to hear what they say. When I asked them, they said basically like, what does the world need right now? To like remember how to play. To like remember how to be able to like connect with the elements. To remember how to see the magic around them. That is like what my younger self said. And again, that younger self is still here. Like that younger self is just kind of like a mode of perception. And so before like all the gunk and the stories and the, you know, distractions kind of filled our narrative, the younger self is this very kind of like pure narrative that's very close to the spirit. And so for me, like that, again, that kind of message was kind of like, yeah, like let's like help people remember how to see the magic around them, to see the magic within their own hearts, and to play together. So awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, NZ Weather Now. Came away with loving, giving kindness as a key to the future. I saw another comment from Lande saying, crying happy tears. This was amazing. Beautiful. I'm so happy to hear. Again, if you guys enjoy these meditations, be sure to check out more of the meditations in my profile. Like, go to my profile link. There's one that says, like, long meditations, like epic meditations. Try those. Okay. For those of you on everything but Instagram, I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer. We're just going to finish up this broadcast in the next minute because we have to do like a quick version because we only have an hour on Instagram. But for those of you on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, I'll stick around for a little bit longer and we can hang out for a bit. We'll just kind of do some Q&A and then we'll wrap it up there. Quick chakra practice meditation. I apologize for those of you who are brand new. For everybody else, follow my lead. Focusing on the mantras for the chakras. I'm going to do deep inhale, exhales together. Deep inhale, the sound E. Inhale. E. Inhale, A. If you're brand new to this, you can skip this. Again, I didn't give the proper instructions because we're almost out of time. Inhale, O. Inhale, Ah. Inhale, U. Inhale, M. Inhale, S. Good. Just kind of breathe here again. For those of you who are just new, that was a short form of a longer version of meditation we do. Just kind of breathing here, concluding your meditation, concluding this practice with gratitude for those of you who are just watching the 1 hour version. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining in. Sending you so many blessings as you go on throughout your day. Again, for everybody else on everything but Instagram, stick around. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. One little thing I want to be able to invite you, for those of you who are familiar with the chakra practice, if you've tuned in before, I invite you to kind of add a new flavor to it. Try doing the chakra practice, but doing it almost in a way where you're like singing the chakras. Try that. I was playing with it yesterday. I just want to be able to pass that over to you. So again, I'm gonna read more of the comments in the TikTok. So don't leave TikTok if you want to stick around. If you got somewhere else to go, that's absolutely cool. For everybody else on Instagram, thank you so much for joining in, for making this a part of your routine, for adding your energy. Again, we got our full moon party tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. We'll be here back again. Join in Fridays for a special meditation. Tell your friends, invite one more person to be able to join into this broadcast when you get a chance. Please feel free to check out more through my profile link for our team chat. Add your support on Patreon. You can shop for items at the shop, shirts, light guardian crystals, button, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Please feel free to send me a message of gratitude. The light guardian within me sees and honors the light guardian within you. Thank you for being all that you are and for doing everything that you do. Have an awesome day. Much love. All right. Oh no, that didn't. Oh no, why does my Facebook keep crashing? That's unfortunate. Okay. Anyways, all right. So for those of you on TikTok and everything else, and YouTube and Facebook, yeah, we'll just kind of stick around here for a little bit. Man, I don't know why my Facebook crashes like that. It must crash because I'm almost out of hard drive space. That must be it. I'm just checking here. So again, if you guys have any comments of gratitude that you want to be able to express, please feel free to do that. I'll read some more of the comments. How was that? How was that for everybody? So again, I was asking that question of what did the inner self, what did the inner child say to you when we asked them, what does the world need right now? So I'm just gonna turn on my Instagram live anyways, because I don't know, it crashed. So we'll just give people a chance to hang out anyways. That's all right. All right. Okay. Anyways, I'm back on Instagram now. All right. Yes. May the force be with you. Thank you, Lonnie. Tyson says, wow, learning to love myself. This was so helpful. Thank you. Cried so much. Tyson, beautiful. Again, like the fact that like if you cried like during that meditation, like that's so meaningful. Like again, like that's like real emotion. So like honor that. Like again, like one of the things that I've gotten good at over the years of creating content is like creating a space where people can safely cry, where they can safely release. Like I don't know how many people I've like helped cry over the years that I've been creating content, but it's a lot. And I say that like it's something I'm very proud of. So, and again, you can do that too. Like you could create meditation too, where you can help people cry. So again, just kind of reading some of the comments for those of you on TikTok. For those of you who are on Instagram, thank you so much for joining back in. NZ Weather says, love shaking. Oh yeah, that was from the do the shaking thing. Lisa, don't worry. Like the recordings for this are always on my YouTube. So like you could literally tune on to YouTube right now and find all the recordings. The links are through my profile. But yeah, there's always something special when you join in live. Absolutely. NZ Weather says, came away with loving and giving kindness as a key to the future. Very important. User 49 says, embrace change. Awesome. Thank you, NZ Weather, for your support, inviting people to join in. That was a powerful child regression. I'll be tuning in more often. Thank you so much. Thank you, Londa. Again, if anybody has to leave right now, like, go ahead. Like, that's fine. We're just hanging out. At the beach, thank you so much for the process. Wait, is NZ Weather at the beach? Empathy was a big word, and guidance and love. Londa says, I saw 2 younger versions of myself. It was a great chance for all of us to empower one another. Yes, crying was strong, so touching. You have such a skill in guiding. Thank you, NZ Weather. Yeah, shout out to the party on Instagram right now. Sweet. So again, just thanking everyone so much for joining in. We'll just kind of hang out here for a little bit. Again, just kind of like inviting us to really like drop into the intention with these broadcasts. Like the intention is to like get good at kind of like accessing this ability to navigate this inner space, to be able to like flex our imagination, to be able to just like, again, be able to like use our breath to explore these inner worlds. Like, again, I was kind of talking about this yesterday. You look at society these days and they're not really encouraging us to flex our imagination, not the mainstream at least, right? Usually it's just like, here, entertainment, fascination, we'll think for you, don't think for yourself. But here, this is like reclaiming our sovereignty. It's reclaiming, again, this connection to this world, these worlds within us. And again, as we do this, like the textures to them become like more colorful. So again, like this is just practice, right? Like this is literally just practice. And as we keep doing this, eventually, it gets to the point where as we're doing like other types of meditation, you'll be able to like really drop into these powerful spaces, and like the detail will be there and the presence will be there, and you'll be in this space where you can kind of commune with parts of yourself. You can send energy through time. You can send energy out into the grid. And again, that's why like the practices that we do Monday to Thursday are very important. And then Friday, we kind of like bring that energy where it's like, okay, now we're getting good at focusing. Let's like send this energy out into the matrix. Let's like send it out further so that it can kind of like, weave itself deeper into the grid so that more people can be inspired by this. Because again, this is like 100th monkey effect, right? Like what we are doing here is anchoring in energies so that this energy becomes like more accessible for others, so that more people are able to continue to kind of like tap into their own awakening, their own spiritual awareness. Thank you again to those of you who have to jump off, or for those of you who are just like getting on with the rest of your day. Again, we're just this is like bonus time right now. So if anybody does have any questions related to the meditation, I'll be happy to answer that to the best of my ability. Thank you again, Tutsuri, so much for joining. What would you say is the most important thing to focus on right now? NZ weather, that's a great question. So I would say the most important thing to focus on right now is to follow what makes your heart sing. Like that is like, again, I know that's not a specific answer because the answer is going to be different for each and every single one of us. What we need to do right now is to be able to get good at connecting with our heart wisdom. The heart is, again, kind of going back to the chakra practice. The heart is basically like, as are the other chakras, they're basically like portals of like energy that kind of come in from the future. So like data from the future kind of comes through our chakras. It comes through our heart. And so if we're listening to our heart, we're actually listening to a path that already is laid out before us in the future. This is my way of explaining it. If it doesn't make sense for you, that's fine. But when we listen to our heart is kind of like helping us take those next steps one at a time towards like the future versions of ourselves that are like the best versions of ourselves. So like the heart wants us to kind of continue along the path where we become like that, like again, our golden self, our golden elf. And that doesn't mean it's going to be always the easy path. It's going to be the path that's going to kind of bring forth the most growth, but also help us tap into our courage, our inspiration, our creativity, and to really kind of like listen to that place within inside of us that's like, yo, like I want to be able to help other people too. So NZ weather, I would say like honestly, like that is my tip. What do we need to do? What do we need to focus on right now? We need to individually focus on following that which makes our heart sing. But then again, within that, there's like specific techniques and skills where we can get good at listening to our heart. And how do we get good at listening to our heart? By meditation, by like body energetic awareness, by practicing, again, breath work and things like that. So again, as we just practice kind of like being present, literally throughout your day, like you can kind of like practice tapping into your heart. You can literally just kind of be like, okay, like what's the wisest thing for me to do right now? Like what's the next step on my journey? And then you just kind of listen to that and you're just like, okay, all right, okay, I can see it, I can feel it. And again, that's not always going to be something super complicated. Like sometimes, again, it's literally just going to be like, I need to get water, I need to drink water, or like I need to rest, or again, like I'm going to like invest in myself. This is a time where like we should be investing in ourselves. We should be investing in leveling up our abilities. And in leveling up our abilities as multidimensional beings, one of those abilities is the ability to intuitively connect to the wisdom of our heart. So that again, like whenever you're in like a circumstance, you can get good at just kind of like checking in with your heart and be like, what's the wisest choice I can make right now? And seriously, and if you do that, like there's this wisdom that kind of speaks through you. You don't just think with your mind, like you think with your entire energetic body. Data kind of comes through you in all points. So again, that's where again you connect to your heart. You're connecting to like the paths that already exist to you. And then again, you can kind of like imagine kind of like pulling along this like golden rope. That's kind of the way I see it. It's almost as if like, it's like the future. We think it's like this like going into the unknown. It's like this like cloudy smoke. But here, this connection with our heart chakra is like this golden rope. And if we keep kind of just like walking along this golden rope, kind of following it, it will like get us to where we need to be. Drop an 1111 in the chat if that makes sense to you. Like seriously, like that's so deep. Like that's so incredibly important. Like I should make a TikTok video just about that so that can be like something that people can share. Hi Sushi. Sushi, If Sushi, if you spam the chat, please don't. So, NZ Weather is asking, thank you. Is the virus giving us the chance to reset, to change our old ways? So NZ, I can, if you were to ask that, if like, do I think is the virus giving us a chance to reset, to change our old ways? Absolutely, absolutely, right? Like the virus, like the virus, like if we're calling it that or whatever. I'm not saying it's not real or whatever, but again, like this whatever it is still us. It is still consciousness, and in many ways, this wasn't a matter of if, this was a matter of when. And you can actually kind of see how, like, even within the higher levels of consciousness, how something such as like a contagious virus would actually be like kind of like a switch that we can flick to be able to like reset things, to be able to kind of like implement the space to be able to bring in a new operating system. And that's essentially the way how I see it, where it's kind of like you look at technology and it's like, oh, like if you have to upgrade your phone, like you know, when you get like your iPhone or whatever, it's like a new upgrade is available. It'll be like, do you want to install the upgrade? Okay, yes, you install the upgrade, and then it's like, okay, in order to properly install the upgrade, you have to turn the phone off and then turn it back on, and then the upgrade will become functional. So right now we're kind of in this process, metaphorically speaking, where we're kind of like turning things off in order to be able to turn things back on with more clarity, more intention. So again, there's always going to be kind of like the yin and the yang to each and every single story. So it's kind of like, which story are you focusing on? What narrative are you focusing on? Because like right now, like if you look at it, there's so many narratives. There's a lot of narratives right now, and what narratives are you giving your power to? You can be aware of them without necessarily kind of like allowing them to kind of suck you into the abyss of them. So I choose to focus on the narrative of us as a team utilizing this time to come together and to practice becoming the best versions of ourselves so that we can help assist with the shift in consciousness. That's the narrative that I'm most focused on, right? Like all of this other stuff, all of this other narrative, I'm aware of it. But I mean, let's be honest, how much of it is actually within my control? Like I don't control what they talk about on the news. I don't control what the government's doing. That's not in my control. What I can control is how I respond to that, and ultimately what I am doing with my own sovereignty. So that's where, again, I'm using this I'm using this as I invite all of us to do, to be able to use this as an opportunity to be able to tap into more of our abilities as multidimensional beings, to become more mindful, to practice listening to our heart, to share our creativity, to share our voice, to be medicine for this world, to be water for a thirsty world, to share kindness, to share inspiration, to share wisdom. That's the narrative that I'm most focused in right now. Because right now, this is an incredibly powerful opportunity where there's less distractions, there's less fascinations, and now there's more people focused. We're seeing it here. Like, how many of you would be tuned into this broadcast right now if it wasn't for the circumstances right now? You'd probably be at work, or you'd probably be at school, or you'd probably be like doing something else, right? So it's like now, let's utilize this opportunity to do awesome things like teach each other and instruct each other and level up together. So if that resonates with you, drop an 1111. NZ Weather says, yes, love the narrative. Love to know your background at some point as well. Yeah, if you're interested, always feel free to explore my thousands of hours on YouTube. Like, we all have our own origin story. But I've been shifting paradigms for like over 10 years. Like, this is not new for me. Like, we've been like, everything that I'm doing today, like I started doing this like over a decade ago, knowing that like it was needed in the future, right? Because again, even then, that was me listening to my own heart. And even then, it's like I didn't know the full scope of the story, even though I kind of did. Within our heart, we kind of did. I think it's actually quite interesting is that, again, the futures already exist, variations of it. Within our heart, this moment right now, we actually knew that this was coming. Like ultra consciously, like within us, we knew this was coming. But I feel like this moment was actually almost like kept hidden from us. Like we couldn't actually foresee it, because if we did, it would have like changed like how we sort of like it's just like it's kind of one of those things where it's like okay, we're gonna have an awesome party and this party is gonna go on forever, and then everyone's like yeah, but then secretly the host of the party is like, actually we're ending it at midnight, but don't tell them or else they're not gonna be able to like be fully present with it. So like we kind of had to go through this story where we were having this party and we were all in this excitement and we were just like doing whatever we felt called to do, and then suddenly it's just like, okay, party's over, we told you this was coming but we didn't tell you even though you knew. So again, in that sense, like it's kind of like the narrative behind that story is that like this isn't something unexpected, not for our souls. This is actually something that we have been preparing for. This is actually something that our souls have been preparing for, and therefore we are ready and continuing to become ready for more of the future that's still to come. So in the same way we've been getting ready for this, now we're getting ready for what comes next. Every great challenge prepares us for the next one. So again, like that's where like the work that I've been doing over the past 10 years has put me in a very, very valuable position right now, where here I am, capable of doing broadcasts, comfortable on camera, capable of kind of communicating, listening to my heart, instructing. And now here we are, helping each other as a team. And I don't know how many people I've helped through me doing my work. I don't know. I don't have a spreadsheet with his numbers on it, but I know that it is helping. And you guys know. You guys know through your own individual experience. You guys know through synchronistically happening to come across my content and just being like, whoa, like Brendan, like this is, like I needed this. Like this was exactly what I was looking for. Like synchronistically, I found you. And that's the idea. Like I'm sending out a very specific vibration, knowing that the right people will find me at the right time. And then it's my job to be an ambassador for that signal. That's why, again, you know, like I do things like create cool TikTok videos so that people will find the TikTok videos, and then eventually they connect to my profile, and lo and behold, they're tuned into these broadcasts and they're part of the team now. It's strategy, it's tactics. Like again, like the way how I approach this, like I'm approaching like spirituality and shifting consciousness from a very tactical perspective. Like it's very kind of like military kind of way, and I'm not kind of just thinking military in terms of like violence, but I'm thinking in terms of like organization and tactics. Like if I like, I don't know what my past lives were, but I've always had like an inkling that in my past lives, like I was like some sort of like general for like an army, like for like the Roman army or something like that. I was like some kind of commander in a military rank. And again, I had that experience. I've always had this like warrior archetype with me, and I know kind of like intuitively what it's like to kind of like be like, you know, commander and chief and leader and king and prince. Like this is kind of like an archetype that I've always kind of carried with me. And again, it's not something where it's like I'm better than you. It's like no, like I'm incredibly like I'm in a place of influence and responsibility, and I carry that with humility and with like deep reverence and purpose. So I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me. Like you guys can kind of like echo stuff back. Like if what I say like kind of like like if you're just like, yeah, you know what, Brendan, like I can see that. You know, like I want you to kind of like if you're hanging out with me, I want you to kind of like feel like an energy where it's like be like, Brendan, we will follow you into battle. Like we will follow you into the front lines. Like lead us and we will follow you. And again, I'm not saying like like you guys are my followers. Like we are all leaders. But there's a very important leadership is an incredibly valuable thing, and it's something that we kind of like have lost touch with in society. We've kind of lost touch with like what like sacred leadership really means, because sacred leadership is actually kind of like this idea where it's like kind of like my actions as a leader are like coming through source. And so like what you're doing is you're kind of like entrusting, you're like, Brendan, you've earned our trust in the sense that we know that you're in a place where you're like serving as a conduit for source, the same source that we are, because you're a unique antenna, as am I, as are you. And you'll kind of like get the guidance from source, and then we'll kind of follow you in moving through. So like, as much as you're following me, technically we're all following source, and then I'm just kind of like the conduit that's kind of spearheading it. And then again, like what I'm doing is actually coming through me on behalf of the collective. And then again, it's kind of like this very powerful idea that, again, you know, like this form of leadership is a way to be able to like help lead in a very kind of collective mindset, in a very kind of like altruistic. And again, it's teaching us to be like leaders amongst leaders, captains amongst captains. So yes, follow me in a way that resonates with you, and then you go become your own leader. You know, you go teach other people. You go teach them meditation. You go lead in your own ways through your creativity, through your art. So if that resonates with you, drop a 777 in the chat. But yeah, I mean, that's a bit of my backstory there. If you're looking for it, like basically, like I'm like literally just like some sort of like archetype of like some sort of like cosmic commander, general, prince, king archetype that's very playful and fun and very humble and very serious about what I'm doing and using my position of influence to be able to create great change. And again, it's because I've been doing this for so long that I'm just like, Yep, that's what I'm doing. Like that, this isn't a new idea. I've had this idea from like years back where I kind of like knew this was what I was doing. And then even then I'm just like kind of like I'm just going to kind of keep this on the down low, you know? Like I don't need, like that's the thing. Even though I'm telling you guys now so that you can actually get excited about the context, so that you can actually kind of like see more of the narrative as kind of like it continues to rise to the surface. But I mean, yeah, like at the same time, like there's like kind of like aspects to my archetype where it's just like, yeah, I don't need to tell people that, like, you know, like I carry with me the archetype of like a prince and a king and stuff like that. But even when I do that, it's with this kind of message that like, yo, like if I carry that, you carry that. So like if I'm kind of exuding some kind of archetype of like a leadership, you had this archetype of leadership within yourself. So like the prince within me honors and sees like the prince and the princess and the king and the queen and the cosmic divinity within you, so that each of us can kind of like rise into leaders. That's the way, you know, I'm just a fractal, right? And I just happen to be where I am so I can help awaken others. And again, and even just like, and this is seriously, again, like it's just kind of funny because there's like people tuned in right now and you guys will kind of get to be able to like see like more of my story. And I want you to know this because I want you, because again, like you're gonna continue to invest yourself in me because you're just like, dude, like this guy is like I dig it, I vibe with it, right? But what I was gonna say is that, you know, like this idea of what I was kind of talking about, this like, okay, like the idea of like me being like some sort of like general in an army and stuff like that, like I've always had kind of like militaristic themes throughout my life in this incarnation as well. I'm an award-winning Canadian filmmaker, and like some of the films that I've directed have actually been about Canadian military, not in a way where it's like propaganda, but more in a way where it's actually bringing a human aspect to the story. If you're interested in that, I can send you a DM. Again, I don't really talk about it too much on here, but the other thing that's very interesting when it comes to the energy and the archetype of like the prince, which again is something where it's like, okay, like this is a place of, you know, what does it mean to be a prince? What does it mean to be a prince? And for me, it's kind of like this idea of this archetype of like being in service to the kingdom, being in service to the community, being a voice for the collective, and like listening to people and helping them and creating a sacred space. And the other idea where, again, I'm not even just like making up this idea of like, be like, I'm a cosmic prince. Hey, like I just choose this. I'm a starseed Octurian 4th level Avion 5 ray dimensional prince. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that. Some people do. But the prince thing, in a very grounded sense, actually is an archetype that is literally in my name. So the name, this is like kind of my backstory. It's actually really interesting. The name Brendan, that's my name. My name is Brendan. Mystic Spider-Man, Skull Babylon, all that. The name Brendan has 2 translations. When I grew up, the first translation that I knew of was the translation that means literally smelly hair. The name Brendan means smelly hair. And that's not to say like bad smell, right? Like maybe my hair smells nice. Maybe it smells like flowers, right? And apparently it does. Like, I don't know. My girlfriend likes the smell of my hair, so I like it. That's good. So I grew up with this. I'm like, okay, like smelly hair Brendan. Okay, like that's what I thought my name was, and it is, like throughout like the majority of my life. And then by the time I became like 18, 20, give or take, eventually I kind of like looked up my name and I'm like, wait a second, like there's another meaning for my name. What does it mean? And then I looked it up, and the other meaning for the name Brendan is literally prince. So you could look this up. You could Google it, like Brendan, like Brendon or Brendan, the variations of it. Literally, the meaning of it is prince. So therefore, like, again, it's kind of interesting that like we choose our own names, and our parents, you know, it's like, why did my parents choose my name for me, when in fact, like, it's like I chose this name for me, and then it kind of whispers through my parents, and then they're just like, oh, Brendan, yeah, that's a good name. And so again, like, would I still be me if my name was Brian or something like that, or like Adam or George or something like that? Maybe, but the fact that my name is Brendan is, again, kind of like this archetype, this energy. Like the fact that like when I say, you know, I'm growing up, they're like, hey, Brendan, that name gets said to me. I know myself, I identify by my name. I'm invoking that energy, and with that energy is this archetype of, again, this concept of a prince. And so again, so even when I was like young, when I was like 19, 20, and I was kind of sitting there with that idea, and I was like, what? Like what? Like, why does my name mean prince? Like, what? Like, you know, I was trying to understand it. And then eventually it was something that I kind of grew into. And there were stages where I was almost like kind of like the reluctant prince, you know, like felt like the little prince, whereas like kind of like growing and young and kind of moving through. And you actually see this in the Journey to Lucidity movies. It's actually kind of, it's planted in there. I don't want to spoil it or anything like that, but again, it's kind of like something where it's not something that like I'm talking to it now because again, I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of relevant right now. But even still, for the people who have been following me for years, this might be the first time that you've heard me talk about this, which just kind of shows that it's like, because it's something that I carry in a way where I hold it with sacredness. And it's not something where, like, you know, it's just like, hi, welcome to Waking Up with Prince Brendan. I'm your prince today, and we're going to do prince stuff. Like, what? Like, no, right? Like, a lot of people, if they were to see that energy, they'd be like, oh, this guy's cocky. This guy is chauvinistic. This guy is patriarchal. This guy thinks he can rule me. This guy thinks he's special. This guy thinks he's royalty. This guy's ego's inflated. This guy's an egomaniac, etc., etc., etc. I'm aware of the projections that people can put on me. So for me, I would rather be the archetype of a humble prince. And again, the idea is that in me kind of owning that, and me kind of being like, you know what? Like, yeah, like I am a prince, and I've proven myself as a prince, and I'm a prince who is becoming king. And I'm not, what am I king of? Not you. I'm a king of like a community, and the king just means like captain, you know, coordinator, facilitator, director, right? So again, you know, like for me, like being able to kind of embody that energy is also done in a very intentional way where I invite you to be able to see that energy within yourself. So the prince within me sees and honors the prince within you, the prince, the princess, the king, the queen, to remind you of your own divinity within inside of you. Because it's not just in me. It was never just in me. If it's in me, it's in you. And that's the message that I put out. So again, that's why I don't talk about it all the time, because if I do, I would have to explain it in this long-winded form. Anyways, if that resonates with you, go ahead and drop a 777. Congratulations. You just got more of the backstory on who I am and what I do. And not just what I do, but why I do what I do. So, and again, it's because I care. I care about my people. I care about my friends. I care about my family. I care about being able to answer the question of what is needed, and by being able to show up to help others, right? We need leaders. We do. Like leadership, like again, like even through my experience of like kind of like relationship with military and stuff like that, like when I worked on the military projects I did, I got to meet a lot of like really intentional leaders, people that actually have commanded men into battle. And again, for me, this is like a part of my archetype where it's like, in this lifetime, I didn't join the military in this lifetime. I still assisted with the healing process within the military, but now I kind of carry this energy with me and I put it into my creative projects. So you can kind of see. But again, the idea of leadership is basically this idea of taking, like, this is where leadership is very simplified. Imagine a bunch of people and they're all just kind of doing their own thing. They're not really organized. They're just doing their own thing. And then one person comes along and says, hey, let's focus our intentions towards this direction. And then suddenly everyone goes and they go that way. And again, the best type of leadership is a leadership that is one that is like, you know, you choose to follow. And why would you want to follow a leader? Because they reflect your virtues, they reflect your value, and you're also in a place where you trust their expertise, where you're just like, well, I'm not fully experienced in being in that place of leadership. In fact, I would be kind of like scared. I would be like nervous to do it. But if someone else is confident enough to do it, if they're willing to get up on stage, then, you know, I grant you, I grant you like my trust, and I will follow your lead, instruct, and I will follow. And then even still within that instructions, there's still place for, again, like everyone's sovereignty, right? So again, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm inviting them to join me in kind of carving this path and creating this momentum together. Because the fact is, I can't do this by myself. Like, it's like literally, it's just like, yo, like I'm making a team to help change the world. I'm building a team of superheroes. This is like straight up Avengers. Like, again, the Mystic Spider-Man archetype, like Spider-Man here, you know, prodigy within the Avengers, like building the next group of Avengers, of superhero. Who wants to join me? Who's in? Who's here with me? Who's here to stand here with me? That's the story. Like, that is the story that we are creating. So again, if you're here and if you're just like, damn, like, this is badass, like, this is cool, like, this is like, feels like this is a narrative that I want to follow, you know, this is exciting, right? And again, all of this is leading you towards like your superhero activation. And everything I want you to do, like, if I'm teaching you through my own leadership, I'm giving an example, and I hope it inspires you to be your leader, to be a leader within your own right. Captains amongst captains, leaders amongst leaders. I am not better than anyone. That is not what this is about. I am merely kind of the person that is volunteering to just be able to be like, who wants to be team captain? All right, I'll do it. And again, that comes from, again, the other part of my story. Like, I grew up playing hockey, and like, I was captain for my hockey team growing up. So even then, when I was younger, that was preparing me to kind of like be able to be in this place of like humble leadership. So anyways, that's sharing incredibly personal stuff with me, but now you know, and now you can actually see like layers of the story. And I hope just by me sharing this, it just kind of like invites more people to be able to get excited about what it is that we're creating. So I apologize for those of you like on YouTube. I know the camera quality is sometimes like, it's not always the best. Like, I kind of look like crap on the camera on YouTube. It's like the colors aren't the same and everything like that. Oh well, at least you can hear my voice. So like the lighting is all blurred out and everything like that. I don't know, I didn't fix it today. Other exciting news, I'll be doing broadcasts out of the new studio soon. So stay tuned for that. That's actually been a part of my work right now, is getting the studio space ready. So stay tuned. That may be as early as Thursday. We might be doing the broadcast Thursday out of my new studio. So, all right, cool. All right, just reading the comments here. Okay, I got to wrap it up. Again, I kind of get... What time are we at? Yeah, I got stuff I got to do, so we got to wrap it up here. If anybody just has any comments of gratitude they want to leave in the chat, please feel free to go ahead. Yes, we are princes of the universe. It's like the Queen song. Here we are, princes of the universe. That is a great song, Princes of the Universe. All right. I'm just reading through some of the comments. Thank you again, everyone on YouTube. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Lightbright. Thank you, One Love Free. Thank you to anybody else who left comments earlier. Thank you to Lonnie. Thank you again to NZ Weather Now. Thank you to Pure Nima. Thank you to Zebra Girl. Thank you to everybody in the Instagram chat. Awesome. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Blake. Invigorating is accepted. Invitation is accepted now. Leadership without politics is the best. Thanks, Brendan. Thank you. Love your background. Thank you. Your vibration level is so high. Thank you. Your name and Prince makes sense. Yeah, again, like, right, there's like, oh, that makes sense. Like, you are a Brendan. Like, I can see that, right? So the full moon is to welcome the death and old life and to reborn in a new state of consciousness. Beautiful. Well said, Blake. Exactly. Very powerful full moon we're in right now. Like, use this full moon to step into more of who we are. So no problem. Thank you, dendrologist, saying thank you, Spider-Man. Beautiful. Richard the Lionheart. Awesome. Being in service. You are a pioneer and a prince. Love and humbleness. Awesome. Thank you, team. And again, like, the fact that, like, I'm, like, now that I've told you, living my story, like, again, like, you know, feel free to, like, hold me up to that, right? So, all right, your delivery and presentation is top notch, and then speaking as a TV radio host, perfect platform view. Thank you, NZ Weather. Yeah, I had a feeling you worked in the media. I saw your comment before. I figure you're like a weatherman in New Zealand or something like that. That's cool. I'm looking forward to checking out more of your stuff. You have helped me. You stopped my panic attacks yesterday. Thank you, Blake. I'm so happy to hear. Good for you, Blake. Like, I'm proud of you. Again, you chose to show up, right? I hear you, and you are here at the right time. Thank you. Awesome. Sweet. All right. Thank you again, everyone, so much for your comments, for your support, for your gratitude. Again, if you enjoy what it is that we're doing here, please feel free to join our team chat. Again, you can join our team chat through my profile link. It's a Discord chat. If you're not familiar with Discord, you can download the app. You can browse it on desktop as well. Again, if you're like really digging what I'm doing and you're in a position where you have the ability to support financially, please consider joining on my Patreon, where you can add a monthly contribution. And again, when you join on Patreon with the $11 a month or higher, you can join as a leading member, which will allow you access to a private team chat, the ability to join our on-air team broadcast, including our team, our full moon party tomorrow, but you can still tune in, even just on YouTube. And again, you can also have access to me as a conscious media creation coach, and you can also get additional discounts for the item shop, which is again like buttons and crystals and Oralite 23s. I still have a few of the Oralite 23s, limited supply available. This is like the oldest crystal on Earth, 1.2 billion years old. And like I make these, I source these so that I could share them with the team. Like they're all tools, right? So again, if you want to support through the shop, through Patreon, or even through a single donation, is all equally appreciated. And again, your support in all forms is equally appreciated. So please feel free to even just share this broadcast with a friend, invite them to join in. Tune in again for our next meditation, which will be tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, you can always find the recordings online if you ever have to tune in afterwards. So awesome. Powerful people comes from powerful places. Awesome. Always take a very valuable message. Thank you, Zebra Girl. Again, so for everybody here, just taking a moment here, just want to be able to breathe with you, just kind of like send you some Reiki, some healing vibration. You can just kind of say to yourself, like, I choose to receive right now. So in this moment, just kind of sending you energy that will just continue to nurture the seed of divinity within your heart, the seed of sacred royalty. You are, again, a prince or a princess, a king and a queen, awakening to who you are, becoming sovereign within your own right. You are a magi. You are a wizard. You are a sacred guardian, standing for the future today, standing for tomorrow today. So in this moment, I send you so much love from the center of my heart, which is connected to the source of all consciousness, as is yours. I send you just infinite blessings, and may these blessings continue to just be like a warm hug for you throughout the day, throughout your week, throughout your month. May you continue to become more aware of synchronicities. May you continue to carry this momentum. May you continue to show up for yourself, for your friends, for your family. May you continue to bring forth the creative energies that you are, and to continue to cultivate this awareness of your own consciousness, and continue to level up as we continue to share our gifts with the world around us as well. So know that what you are doing here, simply by being tuned into this broadcast, is making a difference. It is collectively shifting the waters of this world. It is changing the vibration, it is anchoring in these very powerful energies. So beautiful. I'm just going to open my eyes now, concluding this broadcast with again, just gratitude. So thank you again, everyone, so much for the 20 people tuned in on TikTok, for the 5 people tuned in on Instagram, for the 10-ish people tuned in on YouTube, and for however many people are tuned in on Facebook. It is always an honor and pleasure. Every time that we do this, I level up, I learn a little bit, I get to step into more of myself. So thank you for being here, and as we continue to step into more of ourselves together. So the light guardian within me sees and honors the light guardian within you. So thank you again, everyone. Please feel free to leave a comment of gratitude on my TikTok, or send me a direct message through Instagram. Please feel free to let me know just like how these broadcasts are helping you. And again, please feel free to invite one friend, and again, please feel free to join the team chat, and we'll see you there. So until next time, have an amazing, beautiful, special day. I am so proud of you. I am so grateful of you. Go team, go. Quack, quack, quack. Mighty Ducks or something. So go team shift. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Again, so the links are through my profile. Just for the comment in the chat, click my profile link where it says Linktree. Click that, and it links to my podcasts, the meditations, the longer meditations, the full-length movies I've done, the Journey to Lucidity movies. Click that. It connects to my Patreon, my Discord, and all that there. So awesome. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing day, and yeah, I'll probably be broadcasting live from the new studio soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, thank you again, everyone. Much love. All right, thanks again, Instagram. See you soon. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube.